So it's like yokoso will be welcome,
Hmm?
right? And then game is game,
Mm-hmm.
and the game the part would
Uh-huh.
be the welcome. It would be the to the part of the sentence.
ゲームへようこそ.
Yeah.
Okay. ゲームへようこそ. Ah, it seems kind of simple but difficult at the same time. Okay, so I'm doing Torment 13, and I'm gonna be carrying you again. So,
I wish you luck, hero.
okay, so stay at the entrance. So this is Torment 13.
Yep.
In Filipino, we would say something like dating gawe, which means um, like
Don't move, bitch. No.
no, no, no. It's like there are some words in Filipino that I actually am fond of, or expressions, because that they don't have a direct translation to English. Dating gawe means something like we used to do, like something that like before, like same. I think same old as before, same like before, but in a way that we both know that we know. It's basically kind of like we're. It's not an inside joke per se. It's uh, like you and I know that we did this before. Like I do the level 1, right? And
Yeah.
so when I say dating go, it's like as usual, or like when it's kind of like when you go to a bar and you say the usual, except it's like what you do with the guy you're with. Like I don't know, maybe there is an expression, but I rarely hear it. Like mm, what's the closest that it could mean? Could mean um, same as before. Yeah, so dating go means same as before that we used to do. Something like that.
Okay.
And in the one of the words that I like is asa, which has a lot of meaning. It could, when you say asa to someone like directly, and the um the accent, like the not the accent, the way you say it, the intonation, like asa, or like a mischievous way, like uh, asa ka. It means
Mm.
like you wish, but if you use the word asa in like umaasa ako, it's like um I'm hoping for something. So that's why I kind of like language in general, because words are cool. Like in Japan, there's like a lot of instances like something that doesn't um like words that mean something else when you use it in a different context. So
Yeah.
yeah, I kind of like the the study of that linguistics and how words evolve through time. Like right now, when you go to YouTube and there are people like saying how to say hello in Filipino, they will say "Kumusta," blah blah blah, which is like "Como estas." But to be quite frank, people rarely use it nowadays. The "Kumusta," it kind
Mm.
of feels outdated because Filipinos have a tendency to shorten stuff, and instead of "Kumusta," it's basically like "Musta na" or "Musta." So they removed
Mm.
the "ka" and they just took the "Musta." So now, if you see Filipino and you say musta, they'd actually be surprised because foreigners don't usually know the proper or the up-to-date method of saying hi or casual way of saying hi. So that's the same when I was trying to you can go back to base now. I'm in the second floor. I was trying to learn
Oh.
Hindi, and then uh, a family friend told me that everything in that Hindi or Urdu uh, DVD is outdated,
Hmm.
so I didn't pursue it anymore. But I understood what he meant. Like throughout time, languages evolve, and it really is easy to tell whether someone's fluent in Filipino or someone's like just learning it as a, you know, to get around. So what I
Yeah.
want is to learn Japanese
Still waiting.
like a native Japanese. And I don't know, it's just like really difficult to find the motivation to do that. That's why whenever I get the chance, I'll try ask you stuff if you don't mind.
Need more time.
One thing I don't get is the Kansai dialect or Kansai accent. Like, I find it fascinating how people from Japan can like catch it, but I really honestly don't see the difference much.
Hmm.
Like, do you know anyone who has a Kansai dialect or Kansai accent?
Yeah, I do.
Heal.
And why are they kind of ashamed of it?
I don't think any of the Kansai people are ashamed of it. They actually have their pride in Kansai.
Oh, then how come it's like portrayed in anime and in shows like the results that they're trying to hide it, trying to adopt the Tokyo accent?
Cause in Japanese there's
Uh-huh.
this thing called hogen, which
Come
is
again?
like
Hogan?
different hogen, which is different dialect
Uh-huh.
of Japanese, depending on which city they're from.
Mhm.
And Kansai Ben, Kansai is one of them. But the one that people would like you to speak in business wise would be Hyojungo, which is what everybody speaks like in, like, say, Tokyo. Like, it's not necessarily a proper way to speak Japanese, but they have this view that it is the proper way of speaking Japanese.
Mhm.
So when it comes to business type area, they would like to prefer to hide their accents. But it's not necessarily because they're ashamed of it. It's because they don't want people to know that they're from somewhere other than Tokyo.
So it's a very thin line you're saying.
Yeah.
So what's the Tokyo accent?
Tokyo accent is it's the normal accent you hear every time in animes and stuff like that.
Ooh.
That's the standard accent, or accent in the form of Japanese that you would naturally hear, I
But they've
believe.
got dialects in Japan too, like there could be a Japanese dude who speaks something and the Tokyo dude won't be able to understand what he's saying.
There are dialects that are really hard to understand, like the original Okinawan or some form of language from from, say, the countryside.
I'm gonna try to see if we can do Torment 13, but you're going to be like staying way back and letting me know once it procs. Okay, but not now, after this, probably. Because I think I know what happened to my brother.
Not ready
He has a tendency to, I don't know, if he replies yes, he was in
Russia.
Torment 13. Yeah, we were handling Torment 13 fine, but I think he feels like he did a lot of the contributions,
yet. Need more time.
but without a tank,
Okay.
because I'm serving as the tank when we party. Pretty sure he would die one shot, and he ended up getting trapped, as he said. So if I get trapped, then I'm fine, because you know I can like teleport out of there.
Yeah.
Everyone keeps fucking editing the Kirino Kosaka's wiki. Like, it was obvious that the the writer implied that Kirino and the dude, the brother, were still together.
Still waiting.
But people kept changing it, so I got like, never mind, I'm not gonna fucking change it anymore.
Unstoppable.
Fucking wikis. Oh, what was that? Oh yeah, my brother. I mean, I know if I die, I might consider not quitting just because you guys are like there and I have like backup stash of stuff that I can at least more or less be on your same torments and we can still play together.
Yeah.
But he did not understand the value of Paragon levels and the fact that re-rolling your character
Not ready yet.
using a backup save defeats the fucking purpose of playing in hardcore. I really do feel like that. Somehow my brother's character dying contributed to the whole fucked up feeling I have right now. I mean, why? Why did you do that? We were supposed to have a lot of fun in the weekend with your characters and...
Need more time.
Fuck. That's what he's actually lacking, game sense. Which I honestly understand as well, because he has a family and he doesn't have as much time and shit. I don't know. But I definitely cut my time like ever since I started like my weight loss regiment. I really cut. I used to like play. It's normal for me to spend around 12 to 14 hours online, and now it's like less than half of that, and not even gaming. I'm spending it on watching Netflix shit. I still kind of have game sense and shit. Oh well.
See me now.
I guess game sense can't be taught. It has to be learned.
Oh, I should have gone back.
Oh yeah, I think you can go back to. Sorry. And it's kind of regretful because he was leading in the Paragon levels department. It was like 577. Yeah, it was about 3600. And the fact is, he has this fucking tendency to be as impatient as fuck as anyone. Just because I got primal and one primal, he was like enjoying the idea of having a primal of his own to the. I don't know how to say it like English, like I know it's at the tip of my tongue. He was.
Feel.
He
The Rift Guardian is here.
relishing the thought of having a prime of his own, I guess, to the point that he
Yeah.
wanted to reach solo Great Rift 70. What a dumbass.
Good way of taking it would be ambitious. The bad way of taking it is sort of on a selfish line.
Come again?
Is being or not selfish. How would you say it? Not selfish. Conceited.
Who?
Is conceited would be the nearest term for what he
I'd
was
like to
thinking.
it's kind of negative and positive. I think he's more like a child in that sense. Like, he is like mature in a lot of ways. He's a father and blah, but the patience and the discipline when it comes to gaming, maybe a lot of people might see it as kind of something that isn't a big deal. But the people who play a game seriously, like the ones, for example, the speedrunners, the competitive players, the pro players, they have this. Okay, for his discipline, his fighting games, he has that all checked. But for games like Diablo, where wait, wherein you need to kind of sacrifice some of your time to like get the not the basics, the what you call this? Hmm. The sense of the sense of progression. Like it takes a while for you to get that ingrained. Like okay, so I have to do this in order to do this. I have to do this. For him, I think it's because he has less time. He ended up skipping a few steps, and
Hmm.
he doesn't understand that not all classes and all builds are created equal. I had to learn that the hard way when I was using one necromancer build. That's why I didn't pick a necromancer because he fucking died when I went to Torment 13 Greed. Because I didn't have any corpses, and the corpses that I do have take too long to generate. Since there's a cooldown, I have to use a teleport, and the teleport of the necromancer actually uses life instead of the primary the resource. Oh, did you teleport already? Okay,
Yeah, already
you got everything. Okay. So
got
he ended up
everything.
skipping the steps, and knowing that there is an exploit, I think he has in his brain that it's okay if I die, blah blah blah. Where I didn't, what I failed to like let him know is that there's a reason why I'm playing hardcore. If I were to play softcore, there's no fucking way that I'd have progressed to this point. No fucking. I would probably have quit before reaching 70. That's how that's how I dislike softcore. Like there is no, it's basically not really child's play. It's more like um it doesn't take enough out of me to be engaged in it. Like
Yeah.
it's like brain dead spamming shit doesn't seem as enjoyable as slowly figuring out what to do, planning and shit, and then once you reach that point, you actually feel good about yourself. That's what a lot of people are playing hardcore for. It's what I'm playing hardcore for, and he doesn't see that mainly because his time is better spent somewhere else, and he's just doing this as some kind
Okay.
of courtesy. So I'm not actually blaming him too much. I'm not like, but it does kind of put a damper in the shits because he mentioned this would be his last season, and he had to fucking cut it short because he died. We're not even the half point yet. The half point is I think August. August is the half point of the season. We're not even halfway into the season, and then he ended up cutting short just because of greed, impatience, and that's the thing that kind of ticked me off, especially because he's my brother. I regard him as someone more or less capable. Because if I'm capable, he should also be capable. I mean, we're related, and I am having high expectations to someone who I'm actually close with or related with. The same way where when I was playing Dota with my friends, like close friends, Joshua, he's one of the Dota players. He used to play carry and shit. I felt his
Yeah.
disappointment every time I fuck up in our games. I actually can feel it because once you have this kind of gaming camaraderie with someone, like for you it's fine, you die, it's fine. We're not really we haven't built that camaraderie yet. We're like reaching to that point, and that will be like a lot of fun when once we establish that kind of bond. But
Hmm.
it also kind of is the reason why a lot of people have a ton of disagreements. Like, I know you could have fucking made that shot. Like when you're like in sports, for example, if you're like playing blah blah blah, what the fuck's wrong with you and shit like that, right? Like you
Hmm.
understand. Like if
Yeah.
you like in sports anime, like when someone together plays a sport, like it was featured in that manga and anime about. No wait, it's a manga. I have no idea why it hasn't turned into an anime. The not the world God only knows. The something where God is something something. There's a Daruma, and the Daruma exploded everyone's heads, and God, there is a Japanese God playing around with people, and what the fuck anime? What the fuck manga was that? There's a live action of it, but there's no anime about it for some reason, and it ended, I think, last year. It was Kami Sama no something something, and in that manga, two guys were playing football, and when somebody wanted to quit, the other guy was pissed off because he knew that both of them could make it to the finals or blah blah blah, and then he's just cutting his career short, and he felt betrayed about it. So basically, the same in gaming or anything that you play together.
To go back.
Okay,
Let us
I
see what
haven't
we can do.
leveled up my gems. My bad, sorry. So yeah, so that's how I feel about it. I mean, yeah, it still kind of sucks that his character died. I always feel guilt because maybe I'm also part of the reason. Getting that primal
I am
and
turning
blah
to
blah
dust.
blah might have sparked his greed to get
Your
the
Hmm.
same
path.
thing. Like maybe I shouldn't have told him how to unlock primals. Uh, but if he is willing to like delete his file and his game and then start again, I'm still able to carry him and shit. Like what I did for you, right? Like I'm still
Hmm.
doing it, and I really don't mind because while we're doing it, like we can talk about shit, and that kind of helps us relieve some stress, if any. So, although I'm feeling like kind of weird that ever since we've met, it feels as if I'm the one relieving the stress, and you're just like taking it all in.
Let's see. I finally got
Hmm?
the. Well, I think it was called the
Bombardier's rucksack.
Bombarder.
Yeah,
Yeah. Should
nice.
I should I put a diamond inside the socket?
Good question.
Diamond, right? For the resistance?
Let me see. Give me a second while I check the leaderboards for Demon Hunter.
Because it's usually put either green or green or emerald or diamond inside these sockets. Change
It
that
should probably be
input.
diamond or purple.
Purple
Yeah,
for life.
for life
Okay.
at this point. Because when you get
Uh,
an ancient of it, you have to do something else.
Let's see if I can make. Yeah, that should be enough. Should make a rank 10. Hmm. Did I make? Did I make that? That is a that's a rank 9. Yeah, I'll put that in you first. Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna remake the game so that will be on T13. We're gonna be testing it out. Okay, I'm gonna quit the game. Are you good? Because sometimes
Yeah,
you're doing something and
I'm
I'm
good.
quitting and maybe you might like miss something. Let's go. Come on. Oops. Oops, Daisy. I
have
still
not
find it kind of funny that
but my enemies gain
Robbie
strength
was the
slowly.
one who introduced me to Diablo 3 and I ended up enjoying it more than he does. And I introduced Robbie to Rent and he enjoyed it more than I did.
Rent. I haven't.
The musical.
Yeah, I haven't. Or actually, I've seen the Rent. I've seen the actual musical. Come to think of it, but the normal riff.
Yeah, because I ran out of keys.
Are you strong
The
enough to
normal
stand
Okay.
rift
up
in
to the
Torment
trial
13
of
actually
destiny?
drops 2 to 3 keys. That's the best drop rate we have.
Need
Okay,
more
so I
time.
gotta be careful following you
Yeah,
then.
be careful. You can like contribute damage, but you have to be really far to do it, just to be safe. And once you see
They're waiting.
someone attacking,
Run.
yeah, run, exactly. This way you get the excitement and sense of danger, and at the same time, kind of improving your skills
Defenses are
and
never
awareness.
weak. Need more time.
I already have in my head
More powerful.
the perfect build.
I'm just warming up.
Like, I know that if I get the build that I'm like theory crafted in my head, I'll be able to take on at least 100 to 110. But in order to get that, it's gonna be a whole lot of, grinding and farming.
Your grave awaits. Not
So
ready yet.
yeah, like I brought up before, you really don't enjoy talking about yourself that much, huh?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, not from myself. If I'm asked, I answer.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
You like if you had a bad day and stuff, you don't like start talking about it for no reason.
I don't really have bad days,
Uh,
or I don't really think about that much.
or when it's a really good day, you feel like enjoying or celebrating.
I go drinking.
Need more time.
Watch out. This guy
But
is
I gotta quit
lasers.
drinking.
Warming up.
I was watching this YouTube video in Korea, and the interviewer was like asking them how many sexual partners they had. Everyone, for some reason, the guys were more secretive about it than the girls, especially the actors. And I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, just a number, right? I mean, I'm not proud of the
Sexual
number
partners.
I have because 90%, 98% of it
Still waiting.
involves, you know, paid women. So yeah, maybe that's also one of the
Who's that?
reasons why I'm not going to be.
Going to be
In a relationship, because in relationships you have to like confess or rather share everything about yourself, right? Otherwise, there's no point. And
not really. I wouldn't confess everything I've done in my past
I mean, not confess like
to it.
when you girl when you're asked, maybe you
Tell
might.
a white lie.
Oh, I can't do that. Especially if I really, really like the girl. I mean, I'd rather she leaves me after knowing about my past than carrying on hiding my true self.
Not ready yet.
Like I said, I enjoy crush fetish, and sometimes what I do when I'm courting someone, I let them know about it, and if it's a deal breaker, I'm actually happy for it. So stay back for a bit. Because my crush fetish is extremely disturbing, and the circumstances on how I obtain that fetish is also equally disturbing. So, can't accept me for my disturbances.
Not ready yet.
I don't think you'll be able to stomach me when I'm. I guess yeah, that saying of can't accept me at my worst, you won't be able to
Still waiting.
accept me at my best or something. I think I said wrong. I'm not even sure if Audrey Hepburn really said that. And I think
Need more time.
it's a lot better to dream. You know? Because reality sucks. You might see an extremely beautiful girl and knowing her after maybe 3 days in, you notice like stuff. Maybe she doesn't care about oral hygiene, or she doesn't shave her armpits. You know, it's there are many reasons to stay in daydream land. There was like this, I don't know, documentary about Japanese and sex and stuff and virgins, and one Japanese dude was asked why you don't want to have sex with women, and the Japanese dude went, because they're smelly, their pussy is smelly, they're disgusting. So I I completely get that, because I've met attractive women, really attractive women. Who does not know that their ho-hos smell like shit? And by shit, I mean rotten clams or oysters.
Not ready
I'd
yet.
say rotten fish.
I astound myself.
Yeah. But if it's like really bad, then I'd go for oysters. Like really, really bad oyster.
Need more time.
And it really is surprising that they don't smell it. I'm like, what the, why? And it's really hard to approach that topic. Like, how are you supposed to approach it? Like, do you wash your ding dong, or did you just get out? Did you just get out of your period?
Still waiting.
Like your menstrual cycle? Was that like
There's a lot
recent?
of chicks like that.
Yeah. So, and I'm extremely clean. I mean, sure, my room or my flat looks like a fucking, yeah. We're streaming, but thank goodness that no one's like watching and shit. Okay, I live in a fucking pigsty. Well, a decent pigsty. Like it doesn't smell. It's okay. Just I feel like I don't need to keep things clean that much because I'm the only one living here and I can handle shit. But when it comes to my physical hygiene, like I shower like twice a day. One in the morning because I feel like shit going out without showering, and second time after workout, 'cause I don't wanna drench my bed in sweat or.
Yeah.
So and I shave like manscape, especially when I know I'm about to do it with someone. Like I make sure that that shit's clean, so when she goes, you know, she goes
Down.
down. Yeah, that's it. When she goes down, she doesn't fucking choke or feel disgusted, and she'll be able to see that it's clean. That there's no fucking hidden warts or anything or things that she might be concerned about. That's just me. So when I meet someone who I perceive as initially clean and ends up, not washing down there, or I don't know, maybe she smokes because smoking a lot also contributes to the smell, I've heard. Uh, it's a deal breaker.
Down there?
Yeah, down there. It contributes to the smell down there if they smoke a lot.
Really?
Yep.
Haven't noticed that.
Well, some are really good in cleaning it or masking the smell, but I'm not gonna ask them about it because so far most of the people that I have encountered with that smell are chain smokers. And most of the ones that don't smoke. Okay, let's do another normal rift. So how many greater rift keys did you get? A lot, right? And this is
I
the
think that was
best
a
way to
lot.
farm Death's Breath, because each enemy drops 2 to 3 Death's Breaths as well. So your Death's Breath count is going to pile up like shit.
Let's see how much I got. Let's see. Death Breath, I only got 2.
My that's weird.
Many Nephilim.
Be careful, there are like enemies in the entrance. And they're molten, so they're gonna explode. Oh! Oh! Which brings me to my other thing that I want to say. Do you enjoy Konosuba?
A what?
Konosuba.
Konosuba?
Yeah. Go. You haven't heard of Konosuba?
Still waiting.
Not that I know of.
It's a light novel turned anime.
A what?
It's a light novel turned anime.
Need more time.
And it's,
Konosuba.
yeah, Konosuba. Dang it, my pronunciation ruined it. I mean, just because of my pronunciation, you couldn't tell what it was. I feel ashamed.
I don't know. I gotta see the cover for that.
It's like Kono something Subarashi something something.
Uh, uh,
Like It's a Wonderful World in English.
oh shit.
Not ready yet.
Watch out! Come back. Try to like. Don't go into the poison mist or acid fog or whatever it's called.
Konosuba, is that the girl with the
Explosion!
blue hair?
Yeah, Aqua.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen the anime. I haven't read the book though.
It's so good.
It is.
I love it so much because it's like a will they, won't they shit. And so far, it's like you think that the goddess will fall in love with the thingy, but they're like super tight friends. And it doesn't seem like there's going to be any romance, even though it's a fucking. It seems like, at first glance, it looks like a fucking harem anime. But there is no harem-like thing involved. Like, usually, his love interests involve people who are side characters, and not any of the three heroines that he's tagging along with. And that's just so. Watch out for the poison! Go back, go back! It's a fucking poison thingy.
Yeah, I'm back.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
back.
okay.
Still waiting.
I'll kill them all. The poison thingy, they are the ones that are. Yeah, they're as bad as the stage with the purple puddles. So, their poison is extremely deadly. Did it proc? The second life passive?
No,
Okay, good.
I don't think so.
Good,
No.
good, good. You'll know if it proc.
Konosuba,
Oh.
my favorite character is the one that's supposed to be the tank type girl.
Oh, the masochist, the M,
Yeah, the masochist. She's my favorite girl.
the Do M.
The win.
I could never understand what Do M stands for. I know M is magic.
Do is just adding like a big THE to it.
The M. Oh.
It's just emphasizing that they're M.
Not ready yet.
I like Megumi because
Oh, that's you.
she's fucking adorable. She goes explosion.
But I was watching that, and after I finished watching that, I started watching ReZero.
I
Zero.
watched ReZero first, but I didn't enjoy it as much.
No, I hated the main
You
character.
need more time.
I hated everything about it.
No, it was a good anime. It was just the choices the guy was making. You know, forget the elf girl. Go for one of the maids.
But he got murdered by one of the maids.
Yeah, I know, but the blue hair one was like in love with him, and she would do anything.
Still waiting.
A lot better choice than elf girl.
Hi guys.
Need more time. Your defenses are nothing.
I like how there is like some similarities between them. They both I think got teleported to another world,
Still waiting.
except the other one died.
Yeah, that's where those anime just started being popular. The one where they go to a different world.
Not ready yet.
And when I watched The Good Place in Netflix, I can't help but wonder if it was fucking inspired by those anime. You know, like the one, what's it called? Smartphone something something, bring a smartphone to heaven. Where he can bring one, God was like, okay, you can bring one thing with you to heaven. And then he was like, okay, my smartphone.
Coming, did you? Still waiting.
And I guess the reason why I don't like Red Zero that much is because of the convoluted story. It's insanely convoluted.
Oh yeah.
Like sometimes they're just spouting stuff that I mean, okay, what's going on here?
If only they could see me now.
Whereas Konosuba is just light fun, and sometimes you understand the plot without anyone saying anything. Like the time where the protagonist was like sleeping with Ako, right? And then Ako noticed that he sometimes shakes the bed when they're sleeping together. He went like, I thought you were asleep!
Need more time.
So it's basically implying that he was jerking off. Yeah, where is he? Where is he? Good.
Still waiting. I don't have enough arcane power.
Oh, you killed him already?
Yeah. You can actually like roam around farming for Death's Breath,
Need more time.
and maybe we might find some goblins or stuff while looking around.
Still waiting. Not ready yet.
So how come chicken katsu is called chicken katsu and you can't call it karaage when they're both kind of deep fried?
Because one is fried and one has
Still waiting.
something over the chicken. Like breadcrumbs over the chicken.
Oh, so
After
karaage
frying
doesn't have
for-
any kind of breadcrumbs whatsoever.
Nope. Or they have flour around it, but that's about it.
Oh. Which do you prefer, karaage or katsu?
If only they could see me
Both.
now. Not ready yet.
Oh.
Both different things.
For some reason, I
Mm.
find karaage more flavorful. Maybe because, yeah, there's more breadcrumbs in katsu. But
Still waiting.
they use both karaage and katsu in curry, right? There's like curry karaage and there's also curry katsu.
But the main one,
Uh-huh.
the most major one would be katsu in the curry. Karaage is more of like a like a minor type thing. Some people tried it and it kind of catched on.
How dare they make it minor? Karaage for the win! So I'm guessing KFC has karaage in the menu.
Not actually.
What? What? That is blasphemy! That is ludicrous. Although, which is, yeah, I think karaage
Can't
is
pick up anything else.
way less healthier than katsu. Because karaage is like really deep fried, right?
It's well, depending on how it's made.
Oh.
There are a lot of different styles of karaage.
The style here in the Philippines, they put cheese powder on it.
Not ready yet.
Now that would make fatten you up.
Oh, I'm out of uh, item slots. What is the exit? Oh, you're in trouble. I'm going to
Not ready
save
yet.
you. What a meddlesome ghost.
Still waiting.
So considering you're like almost the same as my age, you probably have heard of Excite.com.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh crap, mom, she's still worried. Wait, give me a second. Yeah, what's up?
You want me to call Argentina?
Articuno for what?
How does that feel?
Okay, actually,
Need more time. Not ready yet.
It's a test, mama. I failed the test.
okay, so
I am unstoppable.
or
No, I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna go to San Beda if Lasal doesn't want me, I'll try San Beda or somewhere else.
Still waiting.
yeah, okay,
I'll start calling them tomorrow. Okay. Maybe that also part of it. They probably read my yeah. It's in my it's in my no my mission objective it's in my personal statement. My mom told me to take up law. They read it. It's impossible for them not to read it. That's not the reason, ma. It's because I failed the test. They showed me the results. I got below average.
Need more time.
Ooh. It is from the heart. My mom told me to take up law.
Only they could see me
Let's be
now.
honest. Honesty is the best policy. What? Yeah, but I want it also. You know, President Duterte. Mama, stop wasting time. I'm gonna try to call him tomorrow. Don't worry. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work,
My bags are full.
I am a mama's boy.
I need to go back.
Okay. Okay, mama. Yeah, I'm aware. Okay. Okay, bye-bye. Good night. Pahinga ka na. Bye-bye. Kumain ka na. Magpahinga ka na and stop making a mess in the office. Bye-bye. Love you too. Bye-bye. Although there is one thing that I'm especially pissed off about in that fucking school.
Mhm.
Why the fuck did they allow me to go for an interview if I was gonna fail anyway? I mean, I aced the interview, but if I was gonna fail anyway, it would have been pointless for me to come to the interview. It was like, my gosh.
Interview is a second chance.
Yeah, the second chance, which didn't really matter.
Sometimes, even if you get below average on test, you can get the job through the interview if you're lucky.
Yeah, but they could have like considered the possibility of me acing the interview, and even like if they know that even if I aced the interview, I would have still not made it through the program, then they could have like let me know in that you didn't make it, you can't have the interview. Even if you went to the interview and aced it, you'd still not be admitted to the program. So thank you, because in that, if they did that, I would have been given more time to look for other options instead of putting all
Yeah.
my eggs in one basket. And now I'm kind of fucked because all of the schools are the application processes are finished. I have to wait. I don't know, probably 6 months to a year before I can apply again to another school. That just pisses me off. I mean, if I failed the interview and didn't make it, then I would have been a bit understanding. Then I aced the interview. The freaking interviewer said I aced it. For some reason, I don't know why he said it, but he just mentioned before I left that okay, you got the interview, you got perfect marks on the interview. Just hope, wait and see. But the other things dragged me down. So I don't know.
Mm.
Maybe I'm actually more pissed at myself that I thought I could do it. I thought that the skills I learned growing up would at least contribute enough for me to pass the interviews and I mean the application process. It's just like a huge blow to my ego.
Hello there.
Oh, what you gonna do? Luckily, it's not really that bad considering it's extremely far, the law school. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's actually kind of troublesome to go there every day. So maybe the one that I'm going to be playing for is kind of closer, hopefully. 5.5% critical hit chance. Hey, that's weird.
Hmm?
It's because of that thing. Okay, I'm gonna store this. This is actually a better bracer. The only reason why it sucks is because it's not augmented. But the really funny thing? Not really funny, but kind of strange. I've been watching Suits, right?
Hmm?
And in like Suits, there's like a character called Rachel, and she's been applying to law school also, and she didn't get into the one she wanted to get into. So when I was watching that moment in the series, I was already thinking to myself, this could be a possibility. This could actually be something that will happen to me also. And I was already getting ready for that inevitability or possibility of me not going to the law school that I wanted.
Yeah.
But it's still kind of shitty, yeah. And I was watching how shitty she looked. I was sad that she didn't make it. And I'm feeling all those emotions right now. Like, oh, so many people are better than me. Couldn't even make it. Sucks. It's like my fucking confidence just took a hit. Like, shit. That's the problem with taking a course that has no relation to law. Or if it did have, it's like super minuscule. Like there were a bunch of questions in the. It would be fine if the questions in the test dealt with grammar and vocabulary and shit, because that's what I fucking focused on. But the questions
Yeah.
there uh dealt with terms that you wouldn't understand unless you took up logic or uh psychology courses, which is usually found in political science. Like I didn't even know about higher power thinking or higher, basically something with higher. And I was thinking that was the wrong, answer because it sounded weird. It was actually the right answer. It was actually a thing. Higher something thinking. Basically critical thinking. Dang it. I don't know. I'm sorry for being a downer. That's why I said before we started that I might be a downer. Oh shit.
Things happen for a reason.
I don't want to think about it right now. Considering, you know, the girl that I liked, the one of the Merrill twins,
Yeah.
she even freaking said it like, um, that if something doesn't work out, that means that it's not meant for you and you're meant for something else. At that point, I didn't really care much. I kind of appreciated that. Okay, that makes a lot of sense, but I didn't think that it would apply to me in this particular, you know. Oh, you can come with me now, cause this tournament 13, right? Basically, the same as normal rift. The difficulty of the normal rift is the same, so you can do the same thing as you were doing earlier, like staying back and avoiding getting damaged. So yeah. Well, at least I'm single. Like who says that, right? After they don't get fucking accepted, they go and say, at least I'm single. At least have my hardcore character still alive. Why the fuck did I lose so much weight? The reason why I wanted to lose weight is so that I could fucking commute every fucking day to that school. And I'm like, oh, maybe I should start eating cheeseburgers tomorrow. The best way to get fat is buy a whole tub of ice cream. No, zoom zoom. Hardcore is not hard. It's just difficult. No, no, it's not hard. Hardcore is challenging. I'm gonna say challenging. Because if it's hard, you're not giving the benefit of the doubt to the game. You know, you're just saying hard and you know blubbering to some random viewer. So challenging is the more apt word to use in this situation. Yeah, obviously hardcore is challenging. Okay, now I forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, how to gain weight. You take a huge tub of ice cream and you microwave it. Then put another tub of ice cream and you microwave that. Once you get 3 tubs of ice cream that's microwaved, you drink the ice cream from the freaking box until you're fat. That's how you get fat. You're directly inserting fat into your body. And it's not that difficult too, knowing ice cream tastes amazing when it's melted.
Yeah, but that depends on the person.
In what way? Why I don't
I've
normal?
eaten a whole tub of ice cream and still haven't gotten fat.
No, I'm pretty sure anyone, even if your metabolism's like inhuman, you would still get fat. Just yeah, it's like my challenge. There was this stupid idiot kid in my high school class that claimed that as long as you eat a lot, you'll get fat. Well, that wasn't true because if you eat a lot and you exercise more, then you're going to, you know, lose. There was a freaking video about it, like that was. It put light on the matter, right? Like, it's not food that makes you fat. It's the energy balance that makes you fat. If you eat a lot and get a lot of energy, but you manage to play, sorry, don't play normal. Zoom zoom. Normal is for people who
Need more time.
don't. I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything negative.
Stop, I got.
Basically, it's for noobs. Normal is for noobs. Zoom zoom. I'm not a noob, so I'm not playing on normal. I'm basically drunk speak. I'm speaking as if I'm drunk. I'm drunk on. I'm drunk on the emotion of sadness. No, I'm drunk off. I'm drunk of disappointment. I'm drunk of. What's the word you feel when you get, you know, the letter of rejection?
Need more time.
Not disappointment. Not despair.
Despair is a little bit too much.
Still
So
waiting.
it's not sad. Sadness is too broad. What's a good word for sadness that applies to my? Basically, I'm drunk of being sad. I'm gonna say that.
Not ready
Too
yet.
lazy to like think of a word.
Your defenses are nothing.
And after I said that, Zoom Zoom left.
Need more time.
I have 0 viewers now. I feel bad.
Still waiting.
I didn't mean to call people who play normal noobs, but I actually did. Wink wink.
Not ready yet.
I'm pretty sure you haven't met a guy like me, Sean. And I'm pretty sure you kinda regret that. Meeting a guy like
Regret?
me.
No.
So you met a guy like me.
No, but I don't regret. Oh,
Need more time.
Did it proc? Okay, I'm gonna kill
I
you.
might have. That was pretty close.
Careful. Okay, let's like hang 10 here. Until you'll be able to see if it proc if there's like a red thing icon blinking.
Oh, then no.
Okay.
The Rift Guardian.
I can't carry anymore. I need to go back.
Oh, it'd be so cool if we played Dota together. But I don't have a PC and you don't play Dota.
Fortune favors the bold.
Okay, now you are level 25. Now it's time to level you up
Luck
25.
always changes. See you soon. Don't forget, luck always changes. Isn't that nice?
Who's
Come back
messaging?
together.
I can't afford
I
that.
didn't even know I had that thing.
Oh, have you ever experienced a booty call? Like the girl treating you the booty call?
As in a girl hitting on you?
No, like when the girl needs sex, she calls you up so that she can have it.
Oh. Yes?
Okay, I hate you. Oh my god. And that means that you're not in a relationship with this girl that called you up for
Nope.
sex.
Never.
I need to go back.
Never, right? So okay, I
Never.
like you again. I mean, basically a booty call is when someone you're not in a relationship with calls you up in the middle of the night or what random time just so that you can hook up in their place and do it. You know, that's basically what a booty call
Yeah,
is.
I probably wouldn't hook up with a girl that does booty call anyway.
Oh.
So what's the stopper from doing it when we are going out?
No, I mean, it's basically like a fuck buddy.
Yeah.
Oh, so you've never had a fuck buddy?
No, I've had a fuck buddy. I just wouldn't
Oh.
end up going out with one.
But booty call isn't necessarily going out with someone. It's just going to their place and
No,
doing
no,
it. Huh.
like doing it, but not, not, how would you say it?
Oh.
Not having any further relationship other than sex. Like it's just sex, period. That's it.
Yeah.
If she
So
wants a relationship, it's like no.
so my initial question was, have you experienced like a fuck buddy or some of that kind call you up in the middle of the night just so that you can have sex with her?
Yeah.
Okay, I hate you again. Dang it. Hey, so many things I need to try. Like
Well,
twosome, threesome, I mean threesome.
Are you strong enough to
Rejecting.
threesome,
Huh?
threesome is painful.
You've done it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Twosome is a lot better, but still tiring. Dealing with one girl is enough. Dealing with two
Still
is
waiting.
just too much.
But that's what a threesome is, doing it with two girls.
Yeah, I know. It's
What the heck? You've
well,
gotten through threesome? You experienced a threesome? What the heck are you?
like I told you, I've done a lot of things when I was young.
Oh my god. I'm gonna be quiet for a while. Trying to digest everything. Crazy. I'm playing with someone who experienced so much shit. Ah! You're like the first guy I met that experienced those things. That's crazy.
Really?
I
I
never-
still haven't had my to-do list done yet.
No, I meant I never would have imagined I'd
Yeah.
meet someone like you playing Diablo.
It's like having threesomes with a twin, and that's something I haven't had yet.
So basically, that implies you've had threesome with someone with two sisters.
Not two sisters, like two friends, but no twins. Sisters is a little different. Twins is special. Because they both look alike.
The only thing I can like brag about is that I might have slept with more than 50, I'd like to say, and majority of them were raw, and I'm glad to say that I've got myself checked up, and I don't have any kind of sickness, and I haven't gotten anyone pregnant. That's the only thing I can be proud to say, you know. But yeah, it's not really something you should be proud of. It's funny because my brother has been with fewer women, and he's now a dad. And I've been with a lot of women,
Still waiting.
and I'm still not. People would like joke around like, maybe you just don't know you're a dad. I'm pretty sure I'm
Well,
a...
yeah. I tell myself that every day then. I've lost count. But if I wouldn't be surprised if a girl came up to me with like a 10-year-old boy saying,
Not ready yet. I'm
"He's
just
my son."
warming up.
My gosh, we've been bad good boys. Like that's crazy. I mean, yeah, you're worse, but still.
I'm worse.
Need more time.
But sadly, that's the only thing I do. I don't drink, smoke, or take drugs. I'm just a stupid sex addict. And a crush fetish guy. Oh no, wait, I am worse. There's no fucking way you're worse than me considering I have a fresh fetish. I'm gonna
A what?
I'm gonna stop broadcasting for a while
Stop
because I don't want
broadcasting.
people to know about it. We're talking about all sorts of shit.